Hey guys. Okay, so let me turn this down. Everybody knows that I've been hit by YouTube, and it sucks. And it's they're demonetizing like a bunch of my videos, and I just wanted to jump on here because I'm about to make a bunch of meals for my freezer meal exchange group, and I thought that you would like to see how it was done. And at the same time, oh hush, Moose. Shh, shh, hush up. It's just the girls. Yeah. Really? Come on. Shh. And at the same time, I thought we would talk about what is going on with YouTube. For one, there's been some criticism about the article that I wrote about how they demonetized my channel and how it was extremely suspicious timing, considering that Rush Limbaugh had just talked about me on the air that day. And then all of a sudden, poof, I can't get money from YouTube anymore. A couple of things. Some of the people are saying that's not true. She's just been, they take away some of the ads, and because it's not completely with the black dollar sign with an X through it, they're just yellow. Okay, yeah, they're yellow. But that, I looked at my analytics, and what was at about like, I don't know, $80 or $90 is now at $9. Okay, so whatever they did, however many ads they took away, it was enough to take away that much money out of my account. So nonsense. Also, the other thing to consider to take into consideration is, yeah, they're hitting other people besides conservatives, yes, but there's a vast majority of conservatives who are the ones complaining about it. If you Google on YouTube, if you try and find people talking about demonetization, it is almost all, I wish we had a new word for that too. Demonetization is hard to say, and when you write it out, people think you're saying demonized. It's a stupid word. We need a different one. Anyway, when you search for this on YouTube, you cannot find anyone complaining about this except conservatives, libertarians, and some atheists. Hemant Mehta sent me an email. He was like, it's happening to everybody. It's not just you. It's not just conservatives. Okay, fine. I looked into it, and I'm seeing that yes, there are some atheists, although they appear to be libertarian atheists. They don't appear to be far leftist, not from what I've seen. And one of them was talking about, you know, his videos that were demonetized were talking about free speech issues and the same kind of stuff we talk about. So I don't know if you're convincing me there. I'm not sure about that. And it's really hard to tell because I can't go on somebody's page and see which videos are monetized and which ones aren't. Like, you can't tell unless you're the creator and then you can go in and see. So, you know, anyway, today's recipe is angel chicken. And it's like a Alfredo chicken for that you serve over pasta, and you put it in the crock pot. And I'll show you my ingredients here. Hold on, let me see if I can switch around the camera. Okay, so excuse my kitchen. It's a big fat mess. I just got back from the grocery store. But this is real life, people. I don't wear a ton of makeup, and I don't clean my kitchen when I'm going on the air. All right, so chicken. You need chicken. This is cream and mushroom soup. Cheese, cream cheese, butter, Italian dressing packets, and mushrooms. That's it. That's all you need. And I'm going to make 4 meals out of that. Hey, babe. Did you clean the car? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Go clean your desk, okay?
What are you doing?
Making a video.
Okay.
All right. So you need Ziploc bags. And basically, we're just going to put all this stuff together. So I will probably try and change the angle so that you can see me doing it better. Because this is kind of a rough angle. Can't see it, and I can't hold it. So, Moose, no, out of the kitchen, buddy. You've got to go out of the kitchen. You can't be in here. Go. All right, so we'll try and change the angle up here. Go on, Moose. Out of the kitchen, please. Try to keep the dog out of the kitchen while we do food stuff, you know. That's probably a smart idea. All right, so Thank you, Violet. Thank you, dear. All right. Here we go. There, that's better. Now you can see. All right, so I'm going to take 4 bags. And I'm going to put some music on too. So if you guys haven't heard of Pogo, Pogo is awesome. And I don't have to care anymore about monetizing my videos because YouTube just took it away. So I don't have to care about copyright anymore. Yes, George. Okay, all right, I'll be there in a second. Alexa, play Pogo.
Shuffling songs by Pogo.
All right, you can enjoy this music while I go deal with my kid. Okay. So yeah, at least I don't have to worry about copyright strikes, right? Just nothing's monetized anymore. Leave it alone. Okay, 4 bags. Just gonna open the chicken. Each bag gets 2 chicken breasts. And these are great because you can just stick them in the crock pot before you go to work or before you go to school or whatever and leave them in there all day. And when you get back, you've got dinner. No riddles. Very easy. And you can stick it in the freezer and just pull it out and stick it right in the crock pot frozen. Okay. I was going to do 4, but I just realized I've got other chicken in the freezer. So I might just do 3 right now. Because I forgot to defrost my chicken. Hey! Oh, I'm glad. Hey, Barbara, nice to see you. Sorry you can't stay, but you can come back later. Okay, so we're going to throw out the chicken. That's done. I really need to empty the garbage. Okay. All right, so I did not cut my mushrooms up. Normally, this recipe doesn't have mushrooms in it. It normally just has the cream of mushroom, but I really like portobellos, and so I get the baby bellas. I'm going to go rinse these off real quick, and then we're going to slice them up. Okay, those are clean. Cutting board. So the thing with YouTube is really distressing. I mean, it really is. While I'm chopping mushrooms, I guess you don't need to see me chopping mushrooms. Maybe we can talk face to face. But the thing with YouTube is really distressing because, people put a ton of work into these channels, and even if it's not all conservatives and they're doing it to everybody, they're still screwing everybody. And here's why. And it's wrong. When you first get a YouTube channel, you can't just advertise on it. It's not ready for advertisers. They make you get a certain number of subscribers before you can you get ads on your channel. And so that was a really big milestone for me. And they sent me an email when I got enough subscribers that I was eligible to participate in the advertiser program. Well, once they did that, to me that seems like a contract. And there was no conversation that, oh well, if one day some advertiser somewhere gets mad, we're going to just take this away from you. That wasn't there. That's not how it works. And anyway, let's talk about advertising for a minute, okay? Changing this angle. Let's talk about advertising because I used to work in advertising. And I used to work for a radio station, okay? I used to work for a still no head, what the heck? I used to work for a famous radio station, for WLS AM in Chicago. And I know how advertisements work. And the thing is that when you advertise in radio, the advertiser that you go to, you know, let's say you go to a car dealership, okay, and you say, I want to advertise on WLS, and how do I do that? Well, WLS will sell you certain numbers of spots, okay? You're going to get a 30-second ad or maybe a 120, but you're going to get sponsorships. You can do a sponsorship, which is a smaller price, and a sponsorship would be like if somebody who was reading the news would say, today's news broadcast is brought to you by Tom Ford dealership. Okay, that's a sponsorship. That's a very short, personal reading that you get on the air by someone who's reading news or weather. You know, the weather girl will sometimes say that today's weather is brought to you by. Okay, so that's one way. The other way is to do an actual 30-second spot. And yeah, I know Facebook is doing it too. Facebook is censoring conservatives too. I know, all over the place. So if you get a 30-second ad, you don't usually come up with your own ad. The radio station will usually write it for you, and they have the talent there. That was one of the things I used to do, voiceovers. You know, come on down to Sally's joke shop for Halloween. You know, I used to do that stuff. And so you have people in the studio reading the scripts. And that ad, you don't, as the advertiser, you don't have the ability to say to them, only play this during whatever show. You can, but you're going to pay extra. That's actually more money. So if you want, let's say, to advertise on the Rush Limbaugh program, well, that's going to run you a lot more money than just to say, I want an ad buy for a 30-second spot to run 3 times a week for the next 14 days. And that's usually how it works. You pick the type of ad you want and how many days you want it to run and how many times a week. And so what they'll do is they'll put that ad wherever they can during they will not put that ad in any of the premium spots like Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or whatever, unless you've paid extra money. But they don't get to say, oh, well, I don't want it here. I want it here, but not here. That's not how it works. That just isn't how it works. When you buy a radio station ad, you buy the whole station. You are agreeing to advertise your product on the whole station. Now, there were a few times where people would call up and say, I don't want my commercial to run in Rush because something controversial was going on. And so they'd say, just keep it off for the next couple weeks. And that can be done. Although people generally didn't do that. I mean, everybody thinks that, oh, Rush loses advertisers. Let me tell you something. He doesn't have any problem getting advertisers. None. Because anything he advertises sells. And people know that. Money talks. So, and I worked for Rush Limbaugh's company too. I worked for Premier Radio Networks, and so I worked in the same office with the guys selling the spots. So believe me, I know. They sell, and they don't have any problem doing it, and they make a ton of money. So this idea that advertisers should suddenly have all this power over content creators like me or anybody else, Hemet Meta, any of these atheists or anybody, it doesn't matter who. You know, when you buy an ad on YouTube, you know what you're getting. Have you never seen YouTube before? I mean, YouTube is full of a lot of crap. Okay, but it's also full of a lot of great stuff. And so as an advertiser and as a company, I would not allow my advertisers to dictate to me where their ads were going to go. Because YouTube has a whole product. And everything on YouTube contributes to the whole product. And so it doesn't make sense to say, well, let's just let them cherry pick. Let's let the advertisers cherry pick where they want to go. Obviously, if YouTube didn't take off an ISIS video, which has happened where they missed it in some kind of ISIS gore, and then GM is advertising on it, for one, that's YouTube's fault for not catching it in the first place. And for two, they have a duty to the content creators to not take it out on them what ISIS is doing, okay? And everybody should know that GM did not mean to put an ad on an ISIS video. Come on, we're not stupid. Obviously, obviously, if GM had known, they wouldn't have wanted their video there, but that's not how YouTube works, and it could not possibly work that way. You couldn't go to all your advertisers and say, okay, which shows do you want to be on, and which ones do you not want to be on, and let's make sure that we have, that's not how it works. It is a whole product. YouTube is YouTube. So you get the good with the bad. You get the PewDiePies, and you get, Young Turks. And by the way, the Young Turks haven't had any of their videos demonetized, and everybody's trying to tell me that this is not just against conservatives, it's against everybody. Oh yeah? Well then, why have the Young Turks not been demonetized? How come they're a favorite? How come they can just continue doing whatever they're doing? And their show is so horrific. I mean, they attack people all the time. They defamed me like you wouldn't believe. Those people don't check their facts. I mean, I'm not saying they should be shut up. I'm just saying they're every bit as controversial as I am, or more, the kind of crap they do and say about people. They tried to have the state take my children away. So, hey, move, buddy. Sorry, live video. And that's the other thing, is like I would like to do more videos for you guys that are edited, but that takes up all my time. Edited videos are more fun, but they take up a ton of time. And if YouTube is going to play these kinds of games, do I really have that kind of time to invest? And the answer is no, I don't. However, okay, let's get back to what we're doing here with the chicken so you can see. All right, so I've been chopping up these mushrooms here. And so I'm going to add handfuls to the bags. I've got 3 bags here. I really need to get my other chicken out of the freezer. See, I'm just going to shove handfuls in there. Just kind of distribute among the bags. So far we've got chicken. We're making angel chicken. And we're distributing the mushrooms kind of evenly. We'll save the rest of them for the next one that I do when I find my other chicken, because I've got some somewhere. All right. Now, you know what? Let's do the salad dressing first. Okay, so, hey, buddy. Did you need something?
Yeah, I go fly.
Oh, you have to go potty? Oh, well, I'm going to have to take care of that. So, enjoy the music while I do that. I'll turn it up for you. Come on, Georgie. Hand washing time. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I will write it down, sure. I'll put it in the comments for you, the recipe, okay? All right, so now we have these Italian dressing seasoning packets, the dry seasoning. So I got the chicken and the mushrooms in here, so we're just gonna put this in there too. So 1 packet per bag. I know, he's so sweet. He's potty training right now, and he's having kind of a rough time, and he's so excited when his diaper is dry, or his pull-up or whatever. But he's doing pretty good. He just turned 3, so we've got time. The girls potty train so much quicker, but I hear boys are different, and that's okay. He's my last, so I don't mind if he stays a baby. Okay, so the seasoning is in. This is a great recipe. I got it a long time ago. I don't even remember where, but it's so good. Oh, I need a spoon. Okay, so if you don't like canned cream and mushroom soup, which some people don't, you can make your own, and it's really easy to make with just a roux. And sometimes I do that because I like the way it tastes better, but I don't have time today. But if I were gonna do it on my own, if I were just gonna make it, I would just do butter and flour roux, and then add some mushrooms and some milk. But for now, this will do. Just throw the whole can in. I don't know if you've noticed, but I turned down the tops of the bags because it will keep them clean. Okay, so that anything that I spill or drip will be on the inside of the bag and at the outside. It also helps them stand up. See how nicely they're standing up? If you turn down the edge, it'll stand up. Okay, so there's one. Here's the next one. So this YouTube crap, I mean, I'm just done. And I don't care if they demonetize me anymore, but what I guess I'm trying to decide is, do I really want to make content for a place that's still making money off of me? You know, because I'm sure they are. They wouldn't be doing this and housing all these videos for free. You know, so somehow they're still making money off my content, but they've made it so that I can't. And it sure seems like it's targeted at mostly conservatives. You know, Hemet Meta tells me, the friendly atheist tells me that it's not. It's based on all controversial things. But of course, these days, what's controversial? Conservative thought. I mean, that's the most controversial thing you're going to find out there today, is anyone going against the grain and talking about, you know, transgender issues. And I heard another YouTuber say that some of his LGBT friends have been demonetized also. And so, you know, so it is affecting people across the spectrum, and it's crap. I don't think anybody ought to be silenced. I don't think atheists ought to be silenced. Okay, now we're into the cream cheese. It's basically just one block of cream cheese per bag. Just dump it in. I don't think anybody ought to be silenced. See what I did there? But my bag will still be clean because it was the inside, not the outside. I don't think anybody ought to be silenced on YouTube, you know? I think it's crap. All right, so I'm just gonna finish putting in the cream cheese to the other two bags. I just think it's crap. I don't think anybody ought to be silenced. I think if you're an atheist and a hard leftist or a communist or whatever you are, you know, you can talk and tell people your ideas. And I mean, to me, the best disinfectant for any of those bad ideas is sunlight. And so I want to know what you think. I want to hear your ideas, even if they're terrible ideas. I want to hear them. I feel the same way about the Daily Stormer guys, you know, the neo-Nazis or whatever. I mean, we know they're wrong, but for crying out loud, let them be wrong in public and let everyone else know how wrong they are. It's not solving anything or helping anyone to pretend like, oh, if we shut them up, no one will have these ideas. No, that's not true. If you shut them up, it makes the ideas more interesting to people because they want to know what's so bad. What's so bad that you had to shut them down? And that's what's going to happen. You know, like I was like, well, really the best thing that could happen to me is what YouTube did to me because now all these other people will find out about it. You know, it's going to cause a big ruckus. It's like kicking Milo off Twitter. What did that do? It just raised his profile. It didn't do anything it didn't do what they thought they were going to do. So, yeah, the First Amendment is you're right. The beauty of it is the First Amendment is there so that we can find out who's out there and what they really think. And you want to know that. It's not like people's ideas should not be covered up in the dead of night. We need to hear them. You know, Hemet Meta, the friendly atheist, I keep talking about him. You know, he's a really good guy. I like him a lot. I consider him a friend. And it bothers me. He told me today that like 60% of his videos have been demonetized. You know, that's crap, YouTube. It's absolute crap. I mean, Hemet and I don't agree on God, but we surely agree on a lot of First Amendment issues. And that's the way it ought to be, people. We're Americans. We're Americans first. We need to honor our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. And the freedom of speech is huge. It protects all our other rights. You know, if they think they're going to get away with some kind of takeover, it's going to happen by doing what they're doing, which is making it impossible for those of us who want to be heard. And I don't really believe that YouTube is doing this not on purpose. And I'm going to tell you why in a second when I throw all this stuff out. Okay, so, oh, and I'm totally going to forget the name of this conference too. So maybe somebody out there can tell me what the name of this conference is. All right, the next thing to go into the bags, by the way, is a half a stick of butter per bag. It seems like a lot of butter, but it's not really because this makes a sauce. And so the recipe called for a full stick, but I thought that's ridiculous. So you don't need to put a full stick of butter, and you don't. A half a stick works just fine. You could probably get away with less if you wanted to. Oh, I know. Rush totally did. Someone was commenting that Rush was using my LGBTQ WTF that he read in the article, and he's going to start using it. I hope he does. It's hilarious. In case you were wondering, when I hear it in my head, I'm thinking LGBTQ, whatever the, because you never know what's coming next. It could be like today, like when I was growing up, it was just LGBT. Then they added Q. Now there's like an AI. I don't even know what that stands for, to tell you the truth. Does anybody know what the AI is? LGBTQ AI something. Anyway, I mean, so I added the WTF because I think that covers everything. We don't have to add any more letters because now it's just whatever. Which would include the, the furries and the whatever. So, okay, half a stick of butter, we did that. What am I missing? Oh, wine. I'm missing wine. Asexual, is that what it means for real? That's what the A is? I thought it was like androgynous or android. I don't know. I have to get wine. So that means I have to go to the wine thing and find some. It's any kind of white wine. So, hold on. I'll turn the music up. I'll be right back. All right, this will do. It's a Chardonnay. I need a quarter cup, so I gotta find a thing. All right, my measuring cups appear to be missing, so that's no good. We just need a quarter cup, so I'm going to estimate, but don't add more than a quarter cup. You won't be happy. LGBTQRST WXYZ, yeah, basically. And laughing at that. Oh, that's the other thing, you guys. So, what am I making? Oh, you came in late. Okay, I'm making angel chicken, and it's hold on. I feel like I'm talking over the music, so I need to turn it down again. I'm making angel chicken. It's a chicken freezer recipe that you can stick in your freezer, and you serve it over pasta. It's really good, and I'm making freezer meals. So I'll put, it'll post later so you can see the beginning. But it's basically, so far, the ingredients we have in the bags, we have 3 bags. Chicken breasts, 2 of them, 2 big ones. This will feed 4 or 5 people. Baby Bella mushrooms cut up, a can of cream of mushroom soup, a packet of Italian dressing seasoning, like that, a block of cream cheese, and a half a stick of butter. And this is really good. It's so good. And now the last ingredient is going to be a quarter cup of wine, white wine. And I'm using a Chardonnay. And I'm estimating. You don't want to do over a quarter cup because then the wine is just overpowering and kids won't like that. But a little bit really is delicious. So, okay, white wine. Okay, quarter cup of white wine. All right, we're in there. All right, so they're done now. I should have labeled them. I should have labeled 10 times. This is not a terrible recipe. It's really not. It sounds bad because it has all the cheese and butter in it, but it makes a pasta sauce. And so you're not having a huge portion of it. You're really just having a small portion on top of some pasta. And if you only have 1 serving, it's not that bad. But then it is one of the more decadent things that I make. Normally we make regular stuff, but my kids really love this. mean, who doesn't like fettuccine Alfredo, you know? So I'm just gonna smush this around a bit so it kind of gets mixed in there. And then I should have labeled it first because now the bag will get kind of condensation on it. Shh, moose. So I'm gonna write on the bag what it is, and then I'm gonna freeze it flat, okay, in the freezer like this. And then when you want to use it, when you want to take it out, you just take it out, peel the bag off, frozen, stick it in the crock pot, and then cook it on low all day. God bless America. Cream cheese, butter, and white wine with chicken. God bless America. You know, this is a great fall recipe. It's one of those comfort things. It's, you know, it's gonna make you feel good. You know, just don't eat too much of it. That's all. You know, obviously, you know, I like food, clearly. And, you know, we don't eat this kind of stuff all the time, but once in a while, it's okay. Once in a while. Most of the time, I make like chicken stir fries and stuff like that. So, all right. But I'm not going to apologize for liking cheese and butter. Just, I'm 41, I'm done with that. Oh, yeah, hey, and by the way, to whoever said the other day that I was in terrible lighting, like, yeah, F you, I'm 41, okay? I'm 41, people. I don't put on, like, I don't know what's with the girls today who wear all this makeup and they put on, like, pancake makeup. I don't even care, like, this is not something that I could waste my time on. I just don't. I put on some lipstick and a little blush and I go. And if I fall into some bad lighting, oh well. You know what? I'm over those days. I really am. I'm over it, people. Okay, so there's 3 of them and they're all done. So we got the chicken done. And I have a lot of extra wine. What the heck am I gonna do with this? It smells good. All right, so I'm just gonna cork that back up and stick it in the fridge for later. It's a little early to crack out a wine glass. I missed your total comment there. I can't see it now, but I could see that it was funny about cream cheese and winning wars, but I'll have to look at that later. So yeah, that's it. So we made 3 angel chicken meals, and I complained about YouTube quite a bit. I think I explained things correctly. I hope. Yeah, I know. I like getting older too. I feel the same way you do. Getting older is whatever. I don't give a crap. Yeah, I don't have any makeup on. I have like lipstick and that's it. And that's okay. I'm not going to the store. You know what? I should do one of those videos. That would be really funny. Of me trying to do like the contouring makeup and make myself look like a drag queen. Because that's really how they look. If you ask me, I think those girls that do this, that wear all this makeup, is just sad. They just look like drag queens. And is that the point? I mean, just be you, you know? Haven't we gotten to the point where we can just be happy with who we are and what we're doing? You know, I exercise like 3-4 times a week. I'm doing PiYo, man. I'm killing myself. And it's good. It's good for you. But I'm also going to eat my Alfredo chicken. So I'm just gonna do it, okay? Because life is short, man. Eat cream cheese. All right, well, I think that's it for today. So if you guys have any, oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you if anybody has any ideas on what to do with all of this. Okay, so wait, oops, I'm trying to switch. All right, so my garden has gone crazy, and I have all these extra cherry tomatoes. Now I'm like making BLTs and stuff with this, but what am I gonna do with cherry tomatoes? Does anybody have any ideas? What do we do with these? Because right now I feel like they're gonna go to waste. Anyone? Bueller? I need help figuring out what to do with cherry tomatoes. Pressure can? Yeah. I don't want a can. I guess I could freeze them. But then what do you do with them is the question. Why do we can them? What are we going to do with them? Make a sauce? The only thing I can think of is to make sauce. They're not cherries. They're cherry tomatoes. They're tomatoes. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with them other than make spaghetti sauce and just eat them as snacks. But they don't last that long, right? Anyway, if anyone has any suggestions for me on the cherry tomato front, leave them. Cherry tomato preserves? What the heck are those? Do you mean you add like sugar and stuff? All right, tell me in the comments. Okay, tell me in the comments section what to do with cherry tomatoes. All right, I'll see you guys later.